Bam. Bam. Yo, what's good? Yes, sir, Chris. Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? What's good? Let's run it up, baby. Let's run it up, 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 up. Bow, 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 down. Good. What's good? What's good? Yeah, yeah. We had PPI. Yeah, yeah. This music gets me in the groove, baby. This shit gets me pumped up. All right. So as you guys know, we are in a uptrend, right? So there's 18 people on here. Usually I like to wait, but fuck it. I'm getting straight into it because if you ain't on here at 9, then you're not ready. So what I'm looking for is maybe some buys down here at this area. As of now, the 4-hour could be sweeping out both of these highs, but I do think we are in an uptrend. I think we're just going to go higher. It depends what all of the other stocks do, it, of course, but looking at it right now, it looks like we may want to continue to this gap, and we might want to go higher. If you guys can see, I don't know if this was PPI or maybe this is just a gap up, I think. Yeah, gap up. We gapped up. We filled this whole entire gap. Boom. Just broke structure back to the upside. We're in an uptrend. So what am I going to wait to see? I'm going to wait to see maybe this order block get tapped into. Maybe wait for some lows to get taken out. Maybe some pre-market lows like this. These lows right here, we can keep these marked out. Hourly lows, which would be like this low right here or that 10 o'clock low that we're going to print. So me personally, I think SPY is in an uptrend. I don't think, I know SPY is in an uptrend. Higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. This is support if you've been watching the course. Like, this is an uptrend. So what we want to see is another pullback down here to continue the uptrend. That's how this works. Now, that pullback will be some sort of retracement to a fair value gap, whether it's this gap right here, which would be basically, I think, the 1-hour order block, right? From this down candle to the up candle. Basically, yeah. So we have that 15-minute fair value gap that we would like to see, or we have this 1-hour order block. This is a big area. So we're going to see how Apple rejects and how everything's looking. What's good, Links? What's up, everybody? But, yeah, other than that, the 4-hour still looks bullish. Everything looks bullish. It looks like we're about to disrespect this gap. We haven't closed yet. Now, we could just reject right here. But we're going to see how this 1-hour candle closes. We're going to see how we can react to the downside and see if we want to sweep some liquidity. It would be super nice if we could come down to this area, which, what is that? That's like a $3 move. But if we come down to these lows, I could easily see calls down here. Because this is like the very beginning. So we could just use like this accumulation area down here to this big move up, or to this jump up. If we come down here, take out all of these lows, which isn't too far, but it's kind of far. So it depends how we move. So I want to show you guys these zones that I have marked out on SPY. So right here, all the way up here is a 1-hour gap. I'd love to see a rejection up here. I'd love to see a rejection up here. Now, that's another $3. We have a $3 move to the upside or a $3 move to the downside. Now, I'm looking for rejections up here and bounces down here. The reason is because I'm looking for liquidity to get swept up here. Vice versa, I want to see these highs get swept to the downside. Does that make sense? So, on the 4-hour, we have this big-ass gap. on the 4 hour down here, we have a 4 hour low, and we have 1 hour lows. Now, we are in an uptrend, and it depends where we want to trend within these next 20 minutes. But hopefully, maybe we could just come to sweep out these 5-minute lows right here. This would be a great setup right here. So you see how we have this low? And what is this gap that I drew out? That's a 15-minute fucking fair value gap. I was having a brain fart for a second. 15-minute fair value gap right here. 5-minute fair value gap. Also 5-minute lows getting swept. Now this isn't just a regular low. This is a swing low. It's an important low where buyers bought up at. So it's a swing low. This lowest low. Now if we can see that get swept, we can see the 15-minute time frame come down, then we could potentially see an upside move. Or we might just be taking out these highs to go lower. We are going to see, depending on price action, depending on how price is looking and how volatile it is to the upside. That's all things that you have to look at every single day. You need to understand that, yo, I need to see if price action, is looking good or not. Because, like, if we're just going to take out these highs, all of these highs, and then dump, and then it's like, bro, we're making lower lows, we're breaking lows. Like, yo, I'm going to take puts. Personally, I think puts could even look good off the start. Not off the start, because I don't trade off the start, but basically, like, these 4-hour highs are getting swept. These 1-hour highs are getting taken out. We're dumping as of now. Look, all of these highs, this is a move to the upside, collecting orders. If we could see a break to the downside, it'll look good. Look, daily highs. Daily highs are getting swept. Oh, that's a weekly. Oh, we're in a weekly fair value gap too? What? Oh, we're going to the downside, baby. I didn't even peep that. Weekly FVG that we are in. Weekly fair value gap. Also, is this the equilibrium on the daily? Low. Because this is the swing high to this move. Yep, we're in equilibrium. On the weekly, we are not yet. So maybe we want to fill the rest of this gap, potentially. Potentially, we could see us fill the rest of this gap and then reject. We may want to come into equilibrium. I'm not sure yet. On the daily, on this range right here, from this high to this low, we're in equilibrium. We're above the 50% mark. That means that we are in a premium to sell off again. We are taking out highs. We're just going to have to see. I do think that we're going to see rejections anywhere in this area, though, within this week. So I do think downside movements are going to come this week. Yo, guys, I have a podcast today. Isn't that lit? I got a pod today, boy. I'm about to talk my shit. Y'all are going to hear my story and a bunch of shit. You guys are going to hear my story, all of my opinions on the market, on crypto, everything. With who? It's not anybody big. It's just a dude from around me. He asked me to get on his podcast. His name is Hunter. He's like a fitness influencer or something. He's cool dude, cool dude, cool dude. Cool dude. Cool guy. His name is Hunter something. I don't even know. I forget. But all I know that he's a cool dude. But I am hopping on a podcast at 3 o'clock today. QQQ filling this daily gap, bro. I'm really looking for sells. Equilibrium of this range is getting hit. What's your bias today? So I do, it depends. Like, it's not like a, sometimes my bias for my trade is different than the whole entire day, because I take trades depending on how the setups are looking in the morning. I'm not even worried about what the rest of it's doing for the day. What time? It's at 3. Did you check out QQQ? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Where can we listen to it? It's not. I don't think it's a live podcast. It's gonna be recorded. I'm gonna send it to you guys. I might even post it on my YouTube. Not sure. Just know that you're gonna hear a little bit of some things that I gotta say about life, about trading, about options, about everything. I don't even know what the fuck he's going to ask me. I don't script anything. I don't bullshit. If whatever he asks me, I'm going to fucking be on the spot with 19 cameras in front of my face, and I'm just going to talk. That's how it was with the other podcast. It's like, at first it's nerve-wracking because you're like, bro, I don't even know what he's going to ask. If that's all you're thinking about, it's like your lifestyle or your life or the way that you look at things isn't necessarily fully true. There's no reason to be nervous. I know my opinion on everything that someone could ask me. So whatever someone asks me, I'm literally going to look them in the face and talk to them. I don't care about the cameras. And ever since I started to look at it like that, oh my goodness, I'm so much better at talking, bro. So much better at talking. But QQQ, daily gap, weekly fair value gap. I am looking for the downside today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking for a downside move today. Is there any other podcasts out there with you? Yes, there is. I've done 3 podcasts so far. The one with Casper SMC should be the biggest one, and it still has not came out yet. I don't know what that dude's doing with it, but hopefully, yeah, it comes out soon. It's been like a month since we recorded it. But I do have one podcast that's up right now. Just search up Johnny Options Podcast. It should pop up. But for right now, 4-hour gap, getting respected. Daily gap, getting tapped into. Weekly gap, equilibrium of the gap. You see this, right? The equilibrium, the 50%. Also equilibrium of the move. Equilibrium on the daily. I think the downside could look really good today after this daily sweep. Ew. And the daily hit this as well. Ew. Yeah, I think we're going to go to the downside. None of the Discord joins pre-market analysis. It's because they're not going to, they don't, and then they'll ask me, what are you looking at for today? And I just will not read their comment. I do think we could see a sell-off today. I don't want to fight the trend, though, because we are in an uptrend right now. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. We are in an uptrend. This is 100% trending up. But I truly do think that we might see some downside today. After these 4-hour highs are getting taken out. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. We'll see what's happening right off the start. Oh, so that's QQQ. We're filling this gap. Haven't closed above it, so it's still getting respected. We're taking out these highs. Look at the daily time frame. Daily gap getting filled. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Weekly gap getting filled. Like, dude, when you see a weekly fair value gap getting filled, there should be a decent rejection off of that. You know what I mean? At least I think so. Especially a daily gap. Especially equilibrium. Especially a 4-hour gap. You know what I mean? And we saw that yesterday. But now we're taking out more highs. I think we will dump in this area. Especially with everything happening. I don't think we're going to move up too much yet. Posted in the gym channel for the first time yesterday. Bro, I'm proud of you. Good job, bro. Love that. Love that, love that. We'll wait for the 15 minute to potentially break structure to the downside, the 5 minute. But yeah, that's my picks for today. That's what I'm looking at. I'm going to hop off here. I'll be on the Discord in like 10 minutes, but I do think QQQ is going to reject up here. As of now, like, we're bullish. So, you want to be careful, but I do think we're going to have a dump. I really do. We're going to see what's going to happen, though. We'll see how price reacts off the start. So, I'll see y'all boys in the Discord. How's IWM? You're right, you're right. Good job. I didn't even see IWM. IWM's kind of chopping, bro. IWM's being weird. It is respecting this, though. This 4-hour gap. And we just broke structure to the upside on the 1 hour. I think this looks bullish. I think this looks bullish. I think we just made a huge upside movement. So if we want to come back to this order block down here, potentially, which would be what? How far is that? It's like a $2 move. If we want to come down anywhere in this area, I think that we could definitely bounce. And we'll see some upside. I just want to see some lows get taken out first. So, yeah, I think this looks good to the upside. if we can bounce down here. But for now, it just looks like we're chopping. And it looks like we are in a little, like, downtrend, kind of. We're creating resistance. But if we do come down here, I think we could definitely see a bounce, potentially. Just depending on how SPY and QQQ are acting. But, yeah, boys. I'll see y'all on the Discord. That's what I'm looking at today. That's a little bit of my input on the market. Hopefully you learned something from that. And